Welcome all of you. ELL from the day it started has been gaining in support, has been gaining in strength, has been gaining in the geographical area, and also the number of educational institutions, organizations which we cover. This whole movement speaks of a urge for knowledge. And I presume that urge for knowledge exists in our society. We live in a knowledge-based world, and as a forewarning, either we align to the knowledge-based world or we perish. We are not here in competition with the academic world. There are very clear-cut cracks which, with best of the efforts from great innovative leaders in the academic world, which has not been fulfilled. It is a small initiative to fill up those cracks. The academic world doesn't teach about creativity and innovation. People who teach about creativity and innovation don't practice those. The world has become so structured. The world is so clearly, so visibly, and so intricately linked with money, that creativity, innovation, or any form of non-formal, non-structured, but very valuable and viable learning and education, we have somewhere lost in the way. If today our educational system gets completely disconnected with the jobs it offers, I think most of us wouldn't have done even SSLC. So that is the linkage. That linkage is killing knowledge. That linkage is killing learning. And that linkage, at the end of the day, is killing well-being itself. We, at the ELL, we want to break that linkage, which is so permanent. It is umbilical in nature, so that we move ourselves to the next level. We leverage technology. We leverage internet. We, at ELL, we provide the back-end processes, the continuum from a layman's world to supposedly a professional's world. And that continuum has to be maintained. Otherwise, the laymen will remain where they are. And people like me, who try to connect the world, people like Steve Jobs, who have found a meaning in calligraphy and technology, at the very same time, simultaneously, will lose faith in the professional world also. Professionalism might be super specialization, but a generalist, a leader, a person who can create, he is the ultimate super specialist for 6 billion people in this world. You might be an expert, you might be a specialist for 100, 200,000, 5,000 people. But a person, a Nelson Mandela is a specialist for the world. He can fix issues which no other human being can do. Anyway, so that's the backdrop. Creativity and innovation, that has to be the backdrop of every single work, every single activity. Why I would like to delve a bit on the creativity part. So we'd like to delve a bit on creativity and innovation. A website is the ultimate manifestation of a human being's creativity. A book is an ultimate manifestation of a human being's creativity. A poem is an ultimate manifestation of a human being's creativity. The creativity lies in how you connect. The creativity lies in one single expression. Think different. That think different ad is supposed to be the best of ad campaigns ever in the history of advertisement. A guy who is a dropout or he stopped studying becomes the father of best creative ad this world has seen. So how technology, how your real life, how profit maximization in a business company all gets connected. The mission, the vision and mission. You come to the vision. So our vision is to connect life to management principles. This is very simple, very clear, very straightforward. There's no confusion. Come to the mission. The mission is management for all. The strength of the management learning is in its all-pervasive nature and not its exclusivity. Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, was a firm believer of this concept. In India, it seems to be lost in the shallow beach sands along the coastlines. We have got a long coastline, so somewhere we have lost this. The thought ought to be resurrected, and the country ought to be made management, education, and practice friendly. Management for all is being translated into reality through the lectures at the mass level targeting teaching faculty and students of professional colleges who will help realize this dream and would finally impact all sectors of this country. Moving from the general concepts, we'll proceed to the topic of the day, and that is creating your own identity. I created a website last year. I put in around 3 months of very serious toil and not having the support systems of any professional website development company, as you call it. And as a matter of habit, I generally use the local resources. What we have on the net today, it is minuscule. What one Wikipedia has done to the world is unimaginable. We never thought that a Wikipedia or an encyclopedia can be maintained on a digital mode, can be maintained from over 100 locations across the world. So if one Wikipedia could do so much of service to mankind, can you imagine? What would be the quantum of knowledge which we would gain out of all this personal information, data, thought processes, procedures, concepts, creativity, innovation, which is thrown open to mankind? Certainly, posterity will remember us for having created a knowledge base which is so far unimaginable in human history. Websites are a great knowledge platforms, as all of us know. Websites should also be seen and used as knowledge platforms of a totally different kind. Its utility depends on how much your mind can soar and nothing else. For the first time in human history, we have reached a stage wherein we cannot blame technology. We have always been blaming technology. This is not there, that is not there. If you come with any new technology, all the critics in 1 second will look for features and functionalities which are not there in that technology. Unfortunately for us, we have reached a stage where we can't blame technology. And what you don't know about a technology or product or a service is your ignorance. And it's not that technology does not have a solution for that. Finding the appropriate technology today is the biggest challenge an educated person has. It is the biggest challenge which a professional has. And it is also a biggest challenge for a layman like me. Website creation can be the ultimate of professional, literary, artistic, aesthetic, creative, and technical expression of a human being. So no medium in human history has been so complete in its expression as the internet is. It gives you a personal website development if you ever do. And I presume that most of you are interested in doing that. It gives you the experience of a writer, a content manager, a content creator, A creative director, a photographer, a documentary maker, a technical wizard, a guru, a shishya, a team manager, a researcher, a CEO, and many more. Its human dimension unbounded. You ought to have good things. So, you ought to have professional skills of all these people. A creative director, a professional, a person who is a content writer, a person who is a guru, a person who is a project manager, might be a missed out project manager. If you have all these capabilities synergized in you, you are the person who will be able to create a website. Because website, for a change, is super specialization of its own kind, wherein the specific talents which supposedly creates professionals in different fields is overasked by creativity and innovation and some amount of capability in those professional areas assisted by professional website creators. So biodata, CV, video, audio clippings, and even Facebook with social networking sites, which employers so religiously, they rely for placements. So they are a passe. It does not make any great sense. The worth of an individual is reflected in a personal website. It is nowhere else. Why? Why is the real worth of an individual reflected in a personal website? So the visitor is at liberty, based on the factual details, to form his own opinion of the man whom the company wishes to employ or for any other purpose, to know the real worth, depth, and dimensions of that person. Somehow over the years, websites have a business connotation. And websites with business connotation, what we call with the suffix .com, I think that would be nearly 1,000 times, 2,000 times more than with any other suffix. To the extent that when I was looking for a URL for me, or for the website which I was creating, so somebody told me, sir, you put dot in this, that it is cheaper and all that, I'll save some 500 rupees. But I said I'll waste my life. So, it is a very common knowledge when you are putting the name of the website in the slot where it is supposed to be typed. By mistake, we write .com only. Correct. So, if you are writing something by mistake, let's make it the norm. So, the general understanding is that a website is a business product and should be used in that manner. Academic and social websites also follow the same model, same as our real lectures. It is difficult to find a website with zero business model or transactional model. Personal websites being maintained on professional lines and proving utilitarian to the society is a rarity. I am indebted to the internet to have provided me a forum to connect to the outside world. You should not be a person who has lived in poverty and the day you become rich, you forget the days of poverty. So what happens? You just tend to miss your goals in life. You tend to miss your objectives in life. Because when you were poor, your goals were clear. When you became rich, your goals get confused. End of the day, you don't deliver anything for yourself and you don't deliver anything for the family, society, or the mankind. Without malice to anybody or malice to everybody, whichever way you take it. My jurisdiction, which stretches around 35,000 square kilometers, with a population of around 8 million, which would be the population of a couple of countries also in this world. Very sorry to say, there is hardly any website which is of either business or professional or of social value or a combination of these. We all flaunt our smartphones, but I think we have reached a stage where we have to flaunt our website. Technology at its best can be an enabler, at its best. If it is not at its enabler also. And a website cannot be created by website designers. Website cannot be created by content writers. Website cannot be created by creative writers. They are an extension of technology in human face. And they will only enable the end user, the owner, to create a website the way he wants, with the features, functionalities which he feels should be in the website, and to a target audience which he would like to cover. So finally, this whole resource has to be in an integrated website. Or conversely, if you don't have an integrated website, which is very difficult to create and maintain, all your internet resource have to be integrated. And there's sufficient number of readily available tools on the net by which you can get a feeling of an integrated website, though your resource is spread over the internet by way of websites, by way of Facebook pages, by way of a Wikipedia page, by way of YouTube content, or in whichever manner and variety it is available, without Googling again and again. Why did I create a website? Can anybody tell me? So I created a website because of an urge to express myself creatively and professionally. Correct? And secondly, and more importantly, that all my knowledge resource is organized at one place and can be retrieved at will by me or anybody on the face of this earth without any difficulty. And I can tell you with very firm amount of conviction that I've been creating lot many things in life. And before the creation of this website, or say 3 years from this point in time, say somewhere around 2009 or so, I have lost 80% of the things which I have created. Let's be very, very clear and frank. So I was consistently feeling sad, irritated, disgusted. I create a community policing model somewhere. I create some contingency plan for cyber terrorism. They're not small things. And if it is not to take credit for myself, it is primarily that it will be of use to somebody. If you see this website today, which anybody can see in the world, you might just pick up an idea. Will it not help you? But those ideas have been lost forever. This is the output, the externalization, the outward manifestation of only 3 years of my work and 3 months of creating this product. And finally, you create something. It is not a static thing. The world itself is not static. And the only thing constant in this world is change. So finally, any updating would be possible in a simple manner, even by a novice. And finally, synergize in your integrated website or get into the slots where it is supposed to be stored and get into the normal hard disk process or the RAM process for retrieval and lose what I think is important, critical, valuable, useful, worth disseminating is my point of view. I put it on the website. You want to take, you take. You don't want to take, you don't take. But I feel I'm putting a product in the market, and to date, if I'm not wrong, the last figures I saw, I had 2,048 takers, which is not a very bad thing in a couple of months, and that also for a personal website. I wanted a definition of a website. I got innumerable expressions. What a website should be, what a home page should be. Home page should be 3 by 5. It should have 5 buttons. It should be on resolution 392 by 1471. Everything was there. So whole description of cow was there, but the cow was not there.